Hey, you guys, I'm Tatiana. We're going to be talking about health a little bit. As you know, three of our most notorious known hip hop figures, that being Fat Man Scoop, he collapsed on stage while performing in Connecticut. All right, our second guy, as you guys know, if you're from Texas area, is B King. He's our most notorious rapper and music producer. He passed away at the age of 39 years old. He was pretty much performing, or he fainted at a morning radio station interview that he was having, and they rushed him to the hospital, and they ended up stating that he died from a pulmonary embolism. This is also a well-known rapper from Texas area, Big Pokey. He died after collapsing during a performance as well while on stage. As you can see, all three of them are relatively young. B King was only 39 years old. The others range between ages in their 40s, 50s years old. The reason why I'm talking about this, if you know you're like the main breadwinner in your family, you take care of everyone else. Sometimes we neglect taking care of ourselves. Make sure you take the time out just to go get a regular checkup, a regular physical. Go get your eyes checked. Go to a dentist's office. Make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. If you are suspecting that you have any form of a blood clot by any chance, don't ignore it. Take heed to it if you're experiencing any pain or anything in your lower extremities, that being your legs. The best methods to avoid getting a blood clot: make sure you're walking around a lot, maintain a healthy weight, wear compression stockings if you have to, stay hydrated, be mindful of what you eat, don't overindulge in alcohol or drugs and etc. You can also start adding things to your diet that are considered natural blood thinners, like the ones listed in this list above, that being like cayenne pepper, cinnamon, curry powder, ginger, etc. Two of my favorites that I'm surprised that are not mentioned on this list would be garlic and onion, have natural blood thinning properties. I highly recommend. Also, over-the-counter medication that you probably don't even realize have natural blood thinning mechanisms. That would be Aleve, aspirin, things like that. Just to give you guys a little bit of a background. So I'm a nurse, a registered nurse. I graduated nursing school in 2018. I'm born in 1995. This is Meridian Community College, where I graduated nursing school, and I got my bachelor's at MUW, which is Mississippi University for Women. I started travel nursing in 2021. So here goes one of the facilities I worked at in Ohio. It's a great hospital. Kettering Health, highly recommend them. Just another hospital I worked at as a travel nurse while I was in Amarillo, Texas, BSA Hospital. Also, during the height of the pandemic, I spent some time on the border as well and traveled there and did a COVID-19 emergency response travel assignment. As you can see, this is B King in his most recent size before he passed, unfortunately. As you can see, he looked great. He's still handsome. Even when he was bigger, he's like a big old teddy bear. He was like a gentle giant. Most importantly, if you guys have an Instagram, he had a Instagram called Club God Parenting. If you guys ever tune into it, he's an amazing father. And he was only 39 years old. And even though, as you can see, he took his health seriously, he lost a lot of weight. He lost roughly around 50 pounds, as you can clearly tell in this photo. So you still have to wonder, in spite of him doing, his work to go ahead and take his health seriously, how did he still pass unexpectedly? As you know, he passed from a pulmonary embolism. However, he did voice complaints about having pain in his lower leg. So as you know, with a pulmonary embolism, 9 times out of 10, you have a clot that starts off in your leg. And if you accidentally exert force on it, or you massage it, that clot in your leg can break off and travel into your lung, and that's how it becomes a pulmonary embolism. So that clot possibly could have already been there prior to him even starting his weight loss journey, and he was just completely unaware of it. Possible signs that you have a blood clot: if you have any redness to that lower extremity, if you notice any swelling, if it's hot to touch, if there's any pain, make sure you go to a doctor and get it checked out. But sometimes, honestly, you can have no symptoms at all. Also, blood clots do not discriminate whether if you're big or you're small. I'm relatively small, and I also have to give myself a reminder to stay active. Sweets are my weakness as well. I eat way too many sweets, so that's a reminder for myself. Make sure, regardless of your size, whether you're small or you're big, go to a doctor, get yourself checked out, go to those regular screenings, because you never know what you may just find, or just to make sure you're pretty much in good health. Also, last note, so we have blood thinning foods. Also, be mindful of blood clotting foods. Vitamin K, our green leafy vegetables, that being like spinach, is rich in blood clotting factors. So if you're at risk of developing a blood clot, take heed to that as well, especially if you're taking other medications that are used to prevent blood clots.